Do you have friends who watch fantasy football games on Sundays and cheer for a player on each team and you're wondering why they do this? The answer is because your friend is probably involved in a fantasy football league. My name is Sam and I'm going to tell you how fantasy football leagues work. First, I'm going to tell you how the league is created and then how the scoring works, and I'm going to tell you how you win the league. First, creating the league. A fantasy football league is created by one person who has 10 to 20 friends who want to have a fantasy football team. The one person who creates the league is the commissioner of the league, and they are in charge of setting the rules and making sure everything goes right. Once you have everyone in the league signed up and made a team, it is now time for the fantasy draft. For a fantasy draft, you need to get everyone together, put out a certain time that works for everyone, and then it's time to draft your team. When coming to draft your team, you need to know what players start and what you need. So according to this, as you can see, you have the different websites that you can use for fantasy football: NFL Fantasy, Yahoo, or ESPN. It shows, and you can only draft a quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, a kicker, a defense, and you can have some bench players. These numbers vary by which website you go through. Once you have your 16 or 15 players drafted, it's now time to set your lineup. When coming to set your lineup, it is important to know what the scoring is. As you can see in this is from ESPN Fantasy Football. This is just a basic scoring sheet for each league. So for each 25 yards passing, you get 1 point. For each touchdown pass thrown, you get 4 points. And for each interception thrown, you lose 2 points. For rushing and receiving, for every 10 yards, you get 1 point. For every touchdown, you get 6 points. And for each catch, you get 1 point. When it comes to defense and special teams, as you can see right down here, that's where it gets tricky. Because a sack is 1 point, an interception is 2 points, a fumble recovery is 2 points. And if your defense would score a touchdown, however, that could be an interception return, a fumble return, a punt return for a touchdown, or a kickoff return for a touchdown. Any way your defense scores a touchdown, they get 6 points. This is huge because you need to choose a defense that scores points on special teams to get those extra points. Also down here, if your defense gives up a lot of points or a lot of yards, they can lose points. This is really huge when choosing your lineup. Also, what many people don't realize is these numbers are for passing, rushing, and receiving. It does not matter what position they are listed on your lineup. So if your quarterback runs for 25 yards and gets a touchdown, he gets those 2 points for rushing and 6 points for the rushing touchdown, even though he's listed as your quarterback. This is the same thing if your wide receiver would throw a touchdown pass to your quarterback. Your wide receiver still gets that touchdown pass points. So each week, you are listed to go up against another member in the league. You score points by how good your players do. And your players' final score is added up, and the opponent's final score is added up, and whoever has the most points is declared the winner. After the league is over, there will be 4 teams that make the playoffs. These 4 teams will be seeded 1 through 4, with 1 playing 4 and 2 playing 3 in the first round, and then in the championship game. Whoever wins these first round games meet in the championship game. Once you meet in the championship game, it is 1 week to decide the winner of the fantasy football league. Whoever has the highest score that week will win your fantasy football league. Many leagues, however, do have a reward for the winner. So if you win, maybe it's like a $5 entry fee per person or $10, and the winner gets all that money. So after watching this video, I hope you are able to understand how fantasy football leagues work. And now you'll know why your friends cheer for players and not a team, because they want to become that champion at the end of the year in their fantasy football league. Thank you.